Hello. Hey. Okay, so this is just really like a test video. I'm trying for my new vlog, The Wandering Genealogist. I don't know if I'm gonna use this to learn how to edit, and then I may or may not actually post it onto YouTube. But I thought I would go out. Today is Labor Day, I think. It's one of those holidays. I think it's Labor Day. I don't have to work. That's the important thing. And so I'm out doing something new. I knew about this hotel, the Sandberg Hotel on the old Ridge Route. It was built in 1914, just in time for the Ridge Route to be completed in 1915. And actually here, I'll show you, this is the Ridge Route. It was basically the freeway that connected San Francisco to Los Angeles. In 1914, it took 3 days to get from Los Angeles to San Francisco back then in their little cars. Now you can see the white pavement, like here and up around the ridge, is the original 1914, and the black pavement is the modern when they try to widen it. This is now since closed due to some landslides. Further up, the southern entrance of the Ridge Route is now closed off. You can't get there anymore. You have to come in through the northern entrance, which I came from down there. But this is the location of the Sandberg Hotel. It burned down in 1961. And before I left, I did a quick search on some newspaper records to see what I could find about the place. There wasn't a lot. I mean, there were advertisements like for hiring people, and there were some, advertisements also, of course, to stay here. And because it was kind of a central location for the Ridge Route, it was often mentioned regarding other things that were nearby as like a reference point. I guess behind here, if we look up this way, back behind the Sandberg Hotel, there was a cabin where a young family lived in 1931, a husband and wife and their little child, and the wife's mother. And the husband and the wife's mother left to get provisions in Newhall in December of 1931 because it was snowing, it was bad. They couldn't get back right away, and when they came back, they found out that Lillian Taylor, the wife, she was only 23 years old, had actually passed away of a heart attack or something. There was heart disease in the family, apparently, and she died. And the child was there with her, and they don't know how long it had been that the child was just playing in the corner. It's terrible, sad stories, things like that. The newspapers back in the day, they liked some shock factor, is what they like to do. It's a pretty messed up article. And then, let's see, in 1929, September of 1929, Ulysses S. Grant Jr., the son of the former president, died here of a heart attack. And in 1922, in August, a Dr. Henry M. Cross of Stockton, he committed suicide here, actually. He shot himself. He was up here stopping on the way to Los Angeles with one of his patients, and there was no motive. Someone said he was ill, but then other people said that he was upbeat and happy the day before, but he apparently wasn't. Something was wrong, and he ended it that night. But we thought I would just look around. I'm going to explore this area and see if I can find some vestiges of the old hotel. I heard there are some foundation bits and some walls. You can already see some, so I'm going to turn this around so you can see what I'm seeing. Over here there's some wall, but it looks like just some basic retainer wall. I don't think that's part of the hotel. There is something up here as well. And maybe, I don't know, there's cement going along there. There's this major wall, so let's go check that out. A lot of horses come up here. There is a lot of horses. Oh, and there was this, which I remember coming up here a long time ago, like maybe 15 years ago. You could still read that there's actually a picture of the hotel, which I found a picture at home. So I will see if I can edit that into this video as part of my training. But anyway, you can hardly see it anymore. There was also some writing. It's all gone, but basically you know the gist. The hotel was built in 1915, and the owners died in 1939. Harold Sandberg was from Norway. He died in 1939, I believe it was, something like that. And his wife, Marion, then died in 1945. She sold the hotel. You can see something. I don't know if this is like a foundation wall. I don't really want to dredge in there. That doesn't look like there could be snakes and things. I mean, no one ever comes up here anymore since you can't actually take the ridge route. That's definitely a cement foundation wall. That may be the back wall of the hotel. You can also see some stone walls back there. I wonder, is this? I think it's just a normal rock. Let's go up this way and see if we can find anything. Oh, here's some foundation right down here. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll come back around. Let's go back up here. Here's some bits of cement wall as well. Perhaps some foundation. There's a pipeline through here. That might be modern. I'm just gonna come up. And I do have to be careful, because like I said, this is not habited area anymore. Ever since part of the road got washed out. Oh, look. This is something. Maybe someone's doing some like skateboarding or something up here. Huh. There's glass, dishes, a Corona. Here's some bit of cement with a nail. And you can see these grooves here where there must have been some sort of support. Here you can see the grooves of this cement, how they had put wood down before they poured in the cement. So you actually see the impression of the wood in the cement here. That's kind of cool. I have no idea what this would have been though. It may have been, there were, through the 1920s and 30s, there were like bungalows and cabins behind the hotel, and that might be one of them. They say in the 1920s that there was some, how do you put it, some female companionship for some of the truckers and drivers coming over the ridge in those bungalows. That could have very well have been one of them. I'm just gonna look more here. It's amazing views. That's part of the ridge route down there as well. This huge old oak tree. I mean, a tree of this size, this would have been here. I mean, this would have to be at least a couple hundred years old, so this would have definitely been here during the days of the hotel. This one as well. These are a special California oak that we have up here in this mountain. Let's see if there's anything else back here. It would have been back here somewhere where that cabin was in 1931. Wow, that's a lot of horse. There's a lot of flies up here. I have no idea where I'm going, what I'm looking for. See if there's anything up here. Luckily, it looks like this is probably all cleared, probably for fires. Guess they've had cows up here too. Some cow patties. So nothing really visible that I can see, nothing more. Let's check over here. Now I don't know, like, this road here, it's not really a road, it's a couple of grooves. I don't know if they're modern. There's something here. I see some like shotgun shells on the ground. Another old tree. There's some more cement over there. If this was like grassy and green, it'd be a really nice spot for a picnic. Look at this view up here. Hold on, let me stop. Incredible view. And I just realized, oh, right behind me, it's actually there's a dog buried here. Casey, our beloved lab, May 5th, 1998 to May 15th. What is that, in 2011? We love and miss you. This is actually a really good spot. Because it has this beautiful view. And that, again, that's the ridge route that we were just on. Really nice, out of the way, quiet. It's really, really beautiful up here. You can imagine in the 1920s, 30s, actually not even that, I mean earlier. It was built in 1914, so during the First World War, people were probably staying at the Sandberg. They might have gone on hikes up here, maybe wondering where some of their relatives were back in France, how they were doing, if they were still alive. I would have also gone through the Spanish flu in 1918. Survived that. Sandberg survived it anyway. So I'm going to go back down now. If I learn how to speed up, I might, maybe that's another editing trick I can do. I might speed up this video a bit. I think this is the way I came. I didn't go very far. Shouldn't be too hard to figure it out. Should I go up there too? Nah. You know what? Let's just go up here real quick. Let's see if there's anything up here. Because I heard there were several of those cabins. I have no idea where they were. And if that one bit was a cabin, that wasn't much. So there were probably more cabins, maybe all through there actually, where we just were, that there's no sign of them at all anymore. Oh, this gets kind of steep. Okay, so I went up there, caught my breath. There wasn't anything interesting up there. So now I'm coming back down this way. I think it's a slightly different way that I came up, but just want to see what's over here. I think I missed it. There was a sand double dare, turny twisty thing at my car just now. I think I heard it hit my car. A lot of trees. I think maybe a fire came through here one time. There's some big trees that have been felled. I don't see any sign of anything here, but it just seems like it would be a good spot, you know, for a cabin. This might have been one of the areas. There's that. I don't know if that is really anything though. I mean, there's no obvious foundation of any kind, but I don't know if there would have been, because these, I believe, were likely log cabins. So I'm gonna go down this way. And there's that other foundation that we were seeing before. Try to be careful. Whoa, this is kind of steep. Luckily it hasn't rained in a while, so it's nice and dry. I can get some grip with my shoes. Here's something. See if you can see this. Actually, get in the light. It's a bit of really thick pottery. Like really, really thick pottery. You can see it's... It's been tempered on both sides. That's really thick. Must have been a big bowl or something. I'm going to leave that here because that is an artifact of this location. There's a little trail there, but I know there's a do not trespass sign right here. You see that fence going around. I can't go beyond that. It looks like there is something down here as well. Whoop. More horses. You can see whatever this is. Huh. I'm not sure what that would have been. There's something down there. Some foundation, some cement foundation. And then here looks like the primary foundation of the building. I see cement here and along here. It's kind of hard to tell where it ended. Here's some steps up. It has definitely seen better days. There's not a lot left. This used to be a magnificent hotel. Big log building. Oh, you know what? Here's more of that pottery. Look at that. Huh. It's a big piece. I'm going to put this again back here. But what I'm going to do is step back here a little bit, because this would have been the location of the hotel right here. And get into the shade. So if I can, I'm going to try to superimpose the actual hotel here so you get an idea. I think it was this whole area actually, but this part has since overgrown. But the cement base goes all the way, and there was a big tower right about in this area, possibly. Well, there's a big tower on it, and I know it was on the right side of the building, so I'm assuming over here. Wandering. I do see some more retaining wall here. I think it was in 1927, I think. 29, 27. What is this? Piece of glass. There's a big fire came through here. It started at Sandberg, the hotel, but it did not burn down the hotel. But it swept this way through here, and somewhere back here, I don't think it was super close, maybe a couple of miles, but it was in this direction. There was a ranch called the Kelly Ranch, and a family of motorists were staying there and didn't make it. No one even caught their names because they were just passing through. It's kind of sad. We have no idea who they were. But it was a husband and wife and a child. They keep going back. There's my car. Whoop. I almost fell. Keep going, keep going. Don't fall. Okay. Well, that's it. The Old Ridge Route and the Sandberg Inn. Oh, put on the flip cam. All right, I'm gonna get in some shade. Have some water in the car. I need to get in better shape is actually one of my first lessons. If you've traveled in California, especially over the Grapevine, you might be familiar with Lebec. This hotel was built in 1914. The Lebec Hotel was built, I think, in 1926, and it was really, really popular because it was right on just an easier spot of the Ridge Route, and it was a much bigger hotel. I think it had 30 rooms. It was very elegant. They had amazing steaks there. And a lot of famous people stayed at the Lebec, like Clara Bow, Charlie Chaplin, Charles Lindbergh. In fact, Charles Lindbergh tested a glider up here while he was staying at the Lebec Hotel. The Lebec burned down, I think, in 1971, and it's completely, like, there's nothing left of it at all. There's nothing, there's not even a foundation. This, at least you can see at least some little bits of it. Nothing of the Lebec. What there are some pillars with lights on the top. From the Lebec Hotel that are at the Historical Society, the Ridge Route Museum in Fraser Park, California, which is not far from here. I might stop in there so you can at least see those pillars and get a little bit of info, see what, you know, on both of those hotels. They were the two primary hotels on the Ridge Route. But anyway, so if you like this video, I hope you did. I don't know. It's, like I said, it's a test video. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. But if you liked it, if you thought it was interesting, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more coming. I'm actually going to Paris in November for a few days. I'm going to be filming a lot there. And I'm planning a big trip for 2 weeks around the Baltic, where I'm going to film a lot as well. Probably in June, actually, is when I'm going to do that. Anyway, so subscribe. If you subscribe, be sure to click on the little bell. I'm trying to outline a bell. Click on the bell. If you click on the bell, you will get email notifications when I upload a new video. If you don't click on the bell, I'll just be in your, like, subscriber list, but you won't get a notification. Also, oh, please like. Of course, please like, that helps. And comment, comment too. Like, oh, if you do some research on the Sandberg yourself, because I've only given you like some basic information, maybe see if you can find Harold and Marion Sandberg in the 1920 and the 1930 census. See if they're staying here at the hotel. I don't know if they are. I haven't looked it up yet. If they are staying here at the hotel, in the census records, do they also list their guests, or maybe they list some of their employees or people that also lived up here with them? You might also see maybe the Kelly Ranch. Maybe the Kellys are like on the same page or something. Yeah, try that. See what you can find and post it in the comments. Tell me what you thought. Maybe you noticed something that I missed. Yeah, so I have some water in the car. I'm gonna go do that, and thank you. Okay, see you later. I'm gonna figure out how to turn this on.